All right. Sorry, and we might be linking videos because of the unstable network. It might be short videos that they're going to see another day instead of one long stretch of a video. So now, he said this is an A and this is a B. You can say this is W, a B, or an X, a C, or a Y. So Y supposed to end this structure, and we've told ourselves where exactly we are in this structure. So now our attention has shifted here, because this wave started actually here. The last wave Y or C started from here, which is the first one, and the second part of which is 2. And on the monthly time frame, I told you what you're going to see, because it's a major correction, and so the 2, it's like this. You can see that the 2 is it's bold on, because it's a major correction, so you can see it like that. Now, looking at this one now, this is the third wave. And the third wave, you can see even on the monthly time frame, the way all these bites, the corrections are up to this level till we finish this wave here. So the third wave actually finished with its correction somewhere below here. This is where the third wave started from. And we said this is the fourth wave correction. Now, with this as the third wave correction, fourth wave major correction, has it ended? And that's the question we have to ask. Has it ended? If you look at the way the monthly is, so the whole month ran like this. Inside this correction, a whole month ran like this for a whole month, and you can see how bold that candle is. If you compare this candle to what happened within wave 3, from here to this level, and you compare this whole candle, it is enough correction, really. You can see how big it is on the monthly. And if you look at the internal structure of 3 and how these corrections are, this one, it's really, so, but is it enough? Because we are going to look at that, is it enough for fourth wave major? And are we likely going to see that from here, instead of having a bigger correction of fourth wave, are we going to end the fifth wave now? These are the two possibilities. These are the two possibilities, two scenarios that you must begin to engage yourself. That it's either that this fourth wave had finished itself, and this is the fifth and the last wave going on. Now, if I bring out my structure, my drawings now. Now, looking at this drawing, we said this is the A wave started from here and ended here, and the B, and so we are going to end the C where you have this last line here before the red. So that is where the C is going to end. So let me try and bold that one so that you understand that is where we said C is going to end. So we said C will be ending here. So the question now is that are we at the end, have we ended A, the fourth wave major, and are we going to finish up with the fifth wave that will come here? And that's the question we have to answer. And this is where it can get tricky, really. This is where it can get tricky, really. Now, in terms of fourth wave correction, what do we expect in the fourth wave correction? The fourth wave correction, if you look at the Fib ratio, it can actually be, let me bring it out. If we are looking at this from here, so it can actually be 14.6, it can be 23.6, it can be 38.2, but not more than 50. That is what we have said. So the fourth wave correction can be 14.6, 23.6, 38.2, but not more than 50. So that is what we have said about fourth wave. And if you are correcting fourth wave, we are trying to tell ourselves that the fourth wave correction will start from the beginning of 2, we draw a fifth retracement to the end of 3, which is here. So if we look at it and we start from here and we put it down like this to the end of that wave, let's see what we have. Let's see what we have. I want you to pay attention to this. So we already went past 14.6. We got to 23.6. So the price seems to be stalling at 23.6. Are we going to proceed to 38.2 or not? Of course, we know 50 is the last place that the price can go to. But from this structure, we could actually stall at 14.6 or 23.6, and a bigger correction will take us to 38.2. So it has stalled so far at 23.6. Are we going to get to 38.2? This is where it gets tricky, okay? Now, I'm going to go more inside for us to see how we're going to answer this riddle. Before I go further answering this riddle, let me quickly turn to 4-hour time frame, and I will go back. This is 4-hour time frame, and this has been the whole thing that has been happening here. And you remember I told you the last week and this week, I said, please, I don't want to even trade these because I know it's going to be messy. When you think it's a buy from here because you are reading all this structure, it doesn't really work like that. You must know what each candle is telling you, and which I'm still going to go to, you know. And I said, I would rather want to pick from the daily resistance to sell. That was what I said, because I believe that this might still be going down. And if you still watch that video, if I go to the daily, if I go to the daily, now exactly the daily, I put it here that it's in the other chart. I have so many charts, and I said this is the support that was broken here. If you remember, I said something like that. You are going to look at that candle here. So the candle, yeah, this candle broke this. So this is the immediate support. And I said, the best thing I want to do is to buy from this support and to come down. I mean, to sell from this support and come down and see price exactly, you know, after 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, the first week, price didn't even hit that support and that resistance. Price came back down, and you think it's going to go down. It went back up to pick it here. Price picked this resistance here, and price made it down. But we missed that because I was looking at, okay, the possibility of price within this zone doing some sort of things, but that was why we missed it. I pushed it a bit up here by a few pips, and we missed it. And I said, I don't want to buy, except if you know how to scalp it up, but I would rather wait here to sell. Okay. I want to just show you that. I just want to show you that. that this is one of the reasons why you don't just look for any opportunity to do what? To trade. This, a week and a half will mess you up and you will waste your money for nothing. And that is what I'm trying to tell you. You will waste your money for nothing. And so let me go back to the point I'm trying to make. So let me switch back to the monthly. The monthly time frame will make you see in the bigger picture what the structure is doing. But the monthly time frame will not help you with entries. It will never help you with entry. It can only make you more, reassure you of the direction of the trade and what the trade is doing. And you can see probably some levels that the trade might hit before anything happens. And that is what you can just get from the monthly time frame. The level that the trade might hit before anything happens. Okay. Now, we have established that this may be good enough for the fourth wave, which is the fourth wave major. It may be good enough, considering this as a 2 and this as a fourth wave. It may be good enough for it. And and it's kind of looking weird, really. It's kind of looking weird, really, to me, that we may actually still be going more down. But we'll look at how to, resolve that region to know what we want to do. Because from this level where the price is to where we think it's going to go and reverse, if price is, I think price is going to do just that, it's at this level. And that's about 390 pips away from where the price is currently. That is huge. 390 pips or 3 years, 390 pips or 38, 39 pips, that's $39 against your money. You don't want to risk it. You're going to probably blow your small account, if you're not careful. So we want to see what price is going to do. It's going to be interesting. So now let me shift again to the monthly. So this may be good enough, but let's go to the weekly to see something. I'll be spending more time on this, and you're going to probably use that to study other periods, really. Now, this is the weekly. So when you look at the weekly, you see the weekly will not help you because in terms of the number of the candle and how big the candles are, it won't help you. This is a 3-wave structure up here, here 1 and this, and here is 1, 2, and 3. And this is like a zigzag here to finish the correction of 2. The 1 wave came down here, and I don't want to waste my time here. This is a very messy correction here of the internal structure of 3 itself. So because this is 3, 3, 1, and that's a messy structure in the middle here, before we have this. So you can see how many green candles and how many green candles here. But if you now look at this one, the green candles appears not so many, but then it was a bigger correction. Just what we saw, a bigger correction. So structure will tell you that. Now, the question here for me is that if we are going to have, an elongation or a bigger correction, because we said this is 23.6, and at this level here, we said is 38.2. So will the price do 38.2? If price is going to do 38.2, then it now means that from here to here is A wave, which is, you can say it's A or W, and from here to here is what we are seeing as a B or X, and that we're going to have a C or Y. That is what we think, but again, it may not be. So we're going to look at the 2 scenarios now. We're going to look at the 2 scenarios. And for us to see it, let me first start with the weekly, and Yes, let me start with the weekly for us to see. What I've said here, if you look at this, well, for you to see very well, I may have to push to daily. I may have to put it daily for you to see very well, because I want it to be as good as it will get. Yes. Now, so this is three. The last this is 3.5, and this is A, and we said we expect this one to be B. Now, again, I told us that within this structure had given us a zigzag, which is A and a B and a C wave. So to form this zigzag alone may just be a simple correction, which is a zigzag correction that may just finish the whole of 4 in the bigger time frame to finish the whole of 4 at 23.6. So it is not impossible. In that case, this will just be an A, a B, and a C, and that will end it. And what you're now seeing here, the way this structure is being, we are seeing it, might not mean that we are actually doing, we have started with 5. So this 4 may actually have ended here, and it's allowed. That is what I'm saying, and it's allowed. So this might just be an A, a B, and a C to finish this. But again, if we are still thinking that we are going to see a bigger correction, that this is going to go higher up, then we are going to look at the possibility. So we are going to dissect the 2 scenarios and where you can see your transitional zone that something had changed, because now 2 things are possible. And I would rather want to be at a level where I can quickly exit if the dynamics had changed. Now, for us to have A here, we said if it's going to be an X, for an X in the WXY, for an X, your X can only be 85 retracement. I've said it in one video. It can only be an 85 retracement. So if you look at this wave that is coming down, it is not an X, because from here up to this point, this is where you expect your 85 at this level. Price broke it. This is not an X. So if you are thinking it's an X, then it's not an X anymore. It can never be an X down. Now, it could be a B wave of an ABC. So if we are thinking it's a B wave of an ABC, then we might be expecting that a wave is going to now run up. But the wave will not just run up at any level. And that was why I didn't want to do anything here. Because to me, it is kind of funny. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It's kind of funny. It's weird. And I want them to, I want the price to give me something that is clear for me to say, oh, I want to actually engage it. So now, the possibility of this one to be a regular flat is gone, because price also broke. It cannot be a zigzag, because it can be a simple zigzag here. This is a simple zigzag, but in the complex format that it can be, if you are going to run a big wave and a big wave and a big wave, so this one cannot be a zigzag, because this one in the middle is supposed to be what? A 3-wave structure, and that is another headache that I have. That is another headache that I'm having now, because this running here going up here and running here, this one in itself looks like a three wave. This one looks like a three wave to this point. Except you now want to say this is corrections in the middle here, and you want to see that this is one wave, a two, and we're about to finish the last wave. It's looking more like we are already in the fifth wave to me, than we are going to have a bigger correction to see to hit 38 points. So that's why you don't just get fixated on just one line of thought or just one possibility of what a price can do. You will just get it wrong. You must know at what level things can change, and at what point, what are you looking at that tells you, oh, this thing has changed from what you think you thought it was. And you can now engage the price based on the clarity of what the structure is telling you. Now, it cannot be a zigzag, like I said. It cannot be a regular flat. The only thing it can be now is a extended flat or a running flat. So if that is going to happen, so the B wave can either be a 123 or 140 or 141. Yes, it can be a 123 or 141. So if we now look at that and we place this here, so if that is what we are going to see, then we're telling ourselves that this is 123 and this is 141. So we expect price to fall from current level by about 105 or about 180 pips. So we expect price to fall for 105 or 180 pips before we say yes. We are going to do a B and a C. Now, if we do that and we finish around this zone, how many pips is left from 300 and something before we hit this level? Before we hit that level, we would only have about 200 pips from 141 or about 288 pips from 123 before we have a turnaround. Now, which is closer for the price to do? It's closer for price to hit an end 5 than for price to travel up here and come back down. So this distance is closer for price to price than price now raising up to come and finish a 5. Now, what are we going to see now? We begin to look at, so we have looked at the possibility that with what I've seen here, I don't even want to buy anything except I see price in these two zones and I watch the price action, the 4-hour price action, before I can say, oh, I want to probably buy. So I don't want to engage any buy. Let the price just go. And I wouldn't mind, once the price breaks these two structures, I know this is where price is coming to. And I can now, yes, forever stay there and price should pick me up. Because anything can happen here now. So except if you put a small lot size here and price reverses or around this zone, you want to probably, if the price action does not favor you here, you have to exit immediately and to expect a price action here. And if it fails here, exit immediately, then you wait here and wait for what price is going to do. Because between 123.6 and 141.1, that is, in between that, it's about 75 pips. So it's also not small. So you don't just want to be shopping your money, giving it out. You look for price action. You can wait for price action, maybe a 4-hour price action, then once it's favorable, then you can. I don't think that price is ready to go up from here, and I will tell you. And this is daily now. This is daily. I don't think so. These are the scenario, you know, of what can happen. So again, if we take this as a possible the fifth wave that is coming down, if we take this as a possible fifth wave, because I've explained the first scenario of it being an ABC and where I think I want to engage it. And that's why I've not given anything on this. So I want us to really see this thing very well and what we might be trading and what we are likely might be trading. Let me show us. If this is a wave 1 and this is a wave 2 here, let's go on 4 hour. If we go on 4 hour, we have said that this is the end of the correction. And now we are doing a wave 5. Now, if we are doing a wave 5, would it be a wave 5? And that is what we want to see. Would it be a wave 5? We are now saying that from here to this level is what the 5-1. That is the first 5, that is 5-1. And what we are now saying is that the all of these is 5-2. And we are saying that we want to run a 5-3, which will be longer than this to the downside. We are going to look at that possibility. If this is the first wave here, as you can see, of 5, for 5-1 to complete here, if this is the first wave, and we are seeing this as a 2 correction, is it a 2 correction? Is it a 2 correction whereby you finish this one, the old wave, in the first 5, the 1 of 5, 1 of 5-1, and a 2 of 5-1, and a 3 of it, and a 4 of it, and the last one, which is truncated. Is that what we're seeing? Now, if this is one, it's an A, and a B, and a C. Now, the first thing to me is, let's look at the old correction here from here to here. From this base, this is 85, which clearly cuts this as wave 2, except this an offshoot that freaks everybody out just to eat anybody, which of course they can, is a suspect. They might just want to take anybody out, you know, seeing that you want to stick to wave 2, and of course price didn't close there, is just a volatility that probably takes everybody out and price resumes. So maybe we can say that this is what a 2 after this one, and this is a 2. But in terms of the all of this wave from here to say this is 1 and that this is 2, you know that the 2 can be from 50, 2 can be 50, can be 61, can be a 76 and 85, but a 2 will not be a 90. So now in that case, let's look at the old structure from here down. But that is where I'm having my, so if it, from here down to this level, which is at this bit here, which is at this bit here. Let me mark that bit for you to see with another color code. This level here, okay? At that level there, so from up here, top down, so you're going to bear with us as we're having all these itches now. So you take it, price, this is, let me now still use this color code from its origin. This is